I begin by retreating. We've been heartily defeated by this mission. There were so many things. Too many things. Simply too many. However, this was a linked mission, and I did win the one before it. So how retreating for this is going to work. I'm never going to give myself experience for retreating from a mission. If I fail a mission, I just don't get anything from it. That's going to be my rule. And if that tanks my campaign, I will just have to start a second campaign. That's fine. This is the Sky Hall. But yeah, that's fine. I just don't want to, like, feel like I'm being rewarded in some way for losing a mission. And I know that getting experience isn't, like, pure reward. But still. I think I'm gonna do... I'm allowed one retry per mission. I think that that's reasonable. Because, like, the first time through the mission, very much like finding out what it is. And if I win the first time... excuse me. If I win the first time through the mission, that's fine. But if the first time through the mission is kind of like information gathering, and then the second time through the mission is the actual one that succeeds, I feel like that's okay too. I just don't want to be in a situation where I'm sitting there retrying missions for like a week. Like, I would like to be able to fail a mission as well. At some point, like, what's the point of playing the cards? Why not just read the narrative book if, like, every time you go to a mission, you will just win? Alright. Not that I wouldn't enjoy reading the narrative book. The thought has crossed my mind. Let's get rid of all this stuff. There's actually a pretty exciting moment here right at the start, because I do get 3 level ups straight away. Actually, 4? No, 3. Lyle's already level 3, I think. But Verna, Harper, and Sam are all level 4 now off of the last mission. I wonder if at some point there will be mechanical justification for not being able to level up during linked missions. Hey, error! Wait. It is slightly hot up here. I'm calling that 79.8. My rule is if it's 80 up here, I don't stream up here. We'll call it 79.8 though. Oy. So I won mission 11, Snowscorn Peak. Looks like I have marked that off, and then I went to mission 19. This is Snowscorn Peak here. I went to the Sky Hall and failed it twice. Failed it twice, in fact. So when I come back home after losing a scenario, I am meant to gain resources from loot cards? Am I really? Oh, actually, yeah. I'm not getting loot. That's fine. We are returning to Frosthaven for an outpost phase. Which means that first we have the passage of time. So, I will mark that I defeated one mission. Next week, there are 3 different sections for me to read when I get to town. But this week, there is nothing. Next, we have an outpost event. Oh, my buttons don't work. Just a sec. Okay. The outpost event says a group of mercenaries are strapping supplies onto a donkey-drawn wagon. A woman in a gleaming armor stows a warhammer, ignoring the agitated old man nattering at her. Bah! Go on then and rush to your deaths. There's nothing up that mountain but an unmarked grave with your name on it. He scrunches his face, struggling. Or, I should say without your name on it, because it'll be unmarked, and no one will find you. He turns to you. These mercenaries are abandoning Frosthaven to venture into the hills for adventure. Waste of good manpower, I say. The mercenaries certainly look to be on the younger side, still excited for a march outside the walls. The plucky Quattrell gathers a crowd with notes from her loot, hopping onto the back of a donkey. How about it, then? Who will fund our journey to treasure? So I can buy the mercenaries some supplies, or I cannot buy the mercenaries some supplies. If I buy the mercenaries supplies, supposedly I'll get a cut of their loot. I do have a lot of gold. Oh, I have a lot of gold. I have a grand total of 70 gold among my party members. So I think with 70 gold, probably we can just go ahead and say, yeah, we will buy you some stuff. I don't have anything else to really do with the gold at the moment. All right. Mercenaries should be supported. Help them purchase supplies in return for a cut of what they find. So... if we lose 10 collective gold and any 2 collective herb resources, can I do that? Yeah, I have 2 corpse caps. I have an X-nut. I have an arrowroot. Is that true? No, the corpse caps are marked off, I think. I didn't make a very clear mark. Oh, it looks like they're there. Have I found corpse caps before? I think I might not have marked them off. Did I find 2 herb resources on the previous thing? The alchemy thing definitely has a cure potion and a frenzy potion purchased. So actually, I can't do this. I do not have those resources, and I need to cross them off because I clearly didn't the first time. So I used 2 corpse cap mushrooms, and I used the axe nut, and I used the arrowroot. Do I have any resources? I have a bit of wood. I have some hides. I actually have 6 hides. I have tons of hides. I have 1 metal. All right, sure, fair enough. So I can't actually do that. Instead, I have to read outcome B. You stop an orchid mercenary as he loads the last of the meager supplies onto the wagon. He clearly hasn't seen much combat. You describe just how dangerous this could be. I didn't think of it that way. He walks off to talk with his companions, who start looking more concerned. Eventually, he returns. Thanks for the dose of reality. I'm probably better off just joining the town guard. I guess we won't be needing this. He hands you the object that inspired their adventure. We gain 1 random side scenario and 1 soldier. What is a random side? I don't know what that is. Um okay. Gain a random side scenario? Let's check the rulebook. Nope, that doesn't explain it either. There's no like side scenario in the rulebook. Scenario 3 to 6, 7, 8, 10 to 19. Good grief. The entire rulebook has scenario everywhere in it, I guess. It was 3 to 6 and 7 to 8. Why not just be 3 to 8? I don't know. I don't know. A random side scenario. Scenario entries. I mean, I'm honestly just looking through the entire rulebook right now. I don't, like... It won't be in here. Feels like a thing to Google. Can somebody Google what are side scenarios, Frosthaven? I'm sure there's an explanation. I'm sure it's in the rulebook, I just don't know where. Ending a scenario, lost scenario. Completed scenario. Campaign overview. Scenario flowchart. It's probably in here. There's a collection of items which look very weird and just have section book links instead of any rules. Those are the side scenario items. The backs of them look like maps. Huh. Okay. Let's see if I can find those. I found challenges. I found 150 sleeves. I don't know if I kept the sheet that shows me how to organize stuff, because it would say on it somewhere what this was. There's a little deck of cards to these. They have a totally different back than any of their cards. Gray Compass Rose. You check the original setup guide. Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's what I was just saying. It was not actually hard to find. Okay. Random scenarios. K. Where is K? K is here? Okay. So I should shuffle this, I suppose. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There are 7 of them. I'll just roll a dice. 3. 1, 2, 3. We have found a little doggo, which says 146.4. Okay. It just hands you a dog. You sure did. 146.4. Random scenario. As you look down, you hear a tiny squeak. Well, isn't this wolf cub just a little treasure? Its tail thumps happily as you reach down to pick it up, and it lunges to lick your face. The tiny, adorable pup is too young to survive on its own, and you decide to take it back to Frosthaven with you. New scenario, Raised by Wolves, 112. All right, so I get to open this up. Raised by Wolves. It says it is at FR. Huh? What is FR? R isn't a number. What? Well, now I'm confused. What does FR mean? This is... So there's F, and there's R. It's in Frosthaven. We're looking for 112. Was it possible to be less clear? It's here. Okay. So it's in the hills just outside Frosthaven. Maybe we should go do that. There's a little doggo, and it needs our help. It seems like a worthy cause to me. I got the sticker in the right place. Damn. What a high roll. Okay. Did I actually? I'm not actually sure I did. Oh well. I think I've decided what I'm doing for my campaign this week. That's kind of nice. All right, next up. After our outpost event, we have... There was no fight. Oh, I was thinking probably we'll like get attacked now because... Well, because next week is the start of winter. I don't have enough wood to build a wall. The wall requires 4 wood and I only have 3 wood. That's counting the wood from the lumber mill or whatever. Building operations. Okay, so we have to go through our building deck, which I have decided to keep over here because I realized I have to go get it every time. So I'm going to spend 2 gold for a metal. I'm going to spend 2 gold for a hide. I'm going to spend 2 gold for lumber. That is all completely automatic, I think. The craftsman has no effect. The alchemist has no effect. The workshop, I guess I could build... What don't I have? Sled. I don't have a sled yet. I guess I could build a sled. Actually, I could build a sled. All right, I'll think about that. And the barracks, I got a free soldier, but I think the barracks is at capacity, actually. The barracks, I believe, has 4 soldiers already. Already trained them all up. Yeah, so that is at capacity. So I'll have to decide if I want to grab a sled. Verna has 3 wood. Sam has 4 hides. And Lyle has 2 metal. So 3 wood, 4 hides, 2 metal to build stuff with. Before we craft any items, though, we level up. I think it's fine to wait to decide whether I use the workshop or not. Seems okay. If there's nothing else I can build, I will use it. You remember the challenge of stickering things? It's so much fun. I think just stickering the board could be its own game. Like, I would probably pay like $20 for a board like that so that you could just put stickers on. It's actually just really fun. Anyway, I think that would keep me busy for like a couple of hours. Like, I'd rather do that than go to a movie, probably. Okay. If the character's experience total is greater than or equal to the experience requirement for the next level, they must level up at the next level up step. All right, so first up, Verna. Verna is a level 4 banner spear. That means her experience, or sorry, her hit points increase to a base of 16, up from 14. And it means we get to add 1 more ability card to our pool. And we have some stuff that I didn't take on earlier level ups. So Meat Grinder, I haven't taken yet. That is not a bad card. Gosh, that is not a bad card. It is possible I will take that. Because that is not a bad card. Yeah, so that lets me hit 2 enemies at once and hit them both for 4 and wound them. That is just a lot of damage. And it lets me move 3, heal someone, and give them regeneration, which is a lot of healing. It's kind of cool. Then at level 3, I didn't take Let Them Come, which can hit 3 enemies at once and poison them. And it will also heal me and the ally standing next to me. Or we can summon a Banner of Courage with the bottom half of it that gives all adjacent allies a shield. a cool card. It is a very thematic card. All right. Nice alien cheese. I kind of want popcorn. All right, now I get to see the level 4 cards. So there are 2 of them. I haven't seen them before. Boldening Blow. If we make a triangle, I can deal 4 damage to 1 enemy in the red hexes and bless all allies in the blue hexes. Or the bottom half of it moves and lets allies move. I only hit 1 enemy? I don't know how strong Bless is. I think it's pretty strong. And I do like the cards that let me move and move allies. They feel kind of necessary if I'm going to use my banners. I do not think I am as excited about this card as I was about the one that let me move and heal and let me wound 2 things at once. I'm the first person you've seen read this card correctly the first time through. Wow, look at me. Alternately, we have Air Support, which is an attack for 4 at 3 range, which pierces 2. Hey, it's like Javelin, except it does 3 more damage. The bottom half of it summons a Trained Falcon, which is a summon. Ooh, it's a summon which comes back when you reshuffle. It's like another Charles reinforcement, basically. This card's good. I have needed more piercing. It's felt a lot like that. I think I'm probably taking Air Support, but I'm going to like put it off to the side right now. I'm not going to like commit to that yet. I want to see what the level ups for the other characters are as well, and see if maybe for some reason I want something else. But yeah, 4 damage with 2 pierce is feeling increasingly like a very important card to have. Javelin's been one of my better cards. Oh, I also get a perk, I guess. I will work that out later. Sam also levels up. He's at 155 out of 150 experience. Charles Reinforcement's pet bird. Oh shit, it's Verna's bird! I've been finding this weird. Verna has a bird. But like, at no point so far in the game has there been any reference made to the fact that Verna has a bird. So, an extra reason to grab it, narrative reasons. The painting is continuing. Painted Verna, I painted Sam. The paint jobs are not incredible, but the characters have paint on them now. The blue is a little weird. Maybe a different shade of blue. Anyway. I have the fine motor skulls for it. It's a very patient thing, painting. So Sam's cards he hasn't taken yet are Everford, which hits for 2 at 3 range and gives him regeneration. That's ironic. That feels like something you would do when going backwards. I'm confused. The bottom half of it heals 3 targets at 3 range for 1. So, like, mostly a healing card. And then there was Dual Bow at level 3, which hits for 2 on 2 targets at 3 range. Bottom half lets me move the character token on 2 of my persistent abilities backward 4 slots and exhausts. Wow, I'm not sure I read that. Okay. Kind of a lot. And our level 4 cards are... Number 1, Chunk of Flesh. Hits for 2, heals for 2 in 1 range, and moves the character token on one of my persistent abilities backward a slot. Okay, pretty good. Bottom half, in the next 6 sources of damage from attacks targeting you, gain 2 shield. This is like, it's just a straight upgrade over my other cards. It's just like I already have both halves of that card, but they are like half as good. I have a card already that says on the next 6 sources of damage from attacks targeting you, gain 1 shield instead of 2 shields. Thank you, Dog Barker. Appreciate it. And I already have a card that says hit for 2 and move the character token on one of your persistent abilities backward 1 slot as well, but it doesn't heal for 2 at 1 range. So that is just like a straight upgrade. Just a better card than the cards I have. And the other one is Gift of the Prey. Attacks for 3 at 3 range. If you kill an enemy with the attack ability, move the character token on one of your persistent abilities backward 1 slot. Bottom half, 4 move. If you killed an enemy this round, move the character token on one of your persistent abilities backward 1 slot. Just seems a lot worse. Okay, I'm down to just take the card that is better than the other cards I have. That is fine. I think Chunk of Flesh is a straightforward and confident pick for Sam there. I will probably, I don't know. I haven't really been using the shield for 1 card much at all. Getting another melee attack's good because I have been like, I've been trying to make Sam a melee attack character, but I just don't have enough melee attacks. So getting 1 more of those is nice. And then Harper is up to level 4. Oh, Sam also goes up to 16 max HP. Harper at level 4 goes up to 9 max HP. 161 experience is enough to level up. Harper is the Bone Mancer, who summons the Skeletons. And again, first I'm going to look at the cards I haven't taken. Because I can take these if I want. That's why I'm looking at them again. Like, it's an option to take the cards that you didn't take earlier. Unearthed Horror, summon a Raging Corpse. It has 6 health, moves 2, attacks for 3. Or grant a summon, poison everything within 1 range of it. Yeah, I think just that card's just poop. Just not good. Right. Putrid Cloud. Designate one of your summons and perform attack for 2 all enemies adjacent to the designated summon and poison. Then kill the designated summon and generate earth. And give me an experience. Okay. Whenever an enemy attacks you or one of your summons, that enemy gains poison. If it already had poison, it suffers 1 damage after the attack instead. Okay. So poison, I guess, but not in a very good way. I understand why I haven't taken both of those cards so far. These are the new cards. Critical Failure. Grant a summon. An attack for 1 more than usual. We can consume a dark to give 2 summons the attack instead. Or, bottom half, if a curse causes an enemy to deal no damage during its attack, grant all of your summons adjacent to that enemy an attack targeting that enemy. I might take that card. It is not with any anticipation of ever using its bottom half, though. It is like 100%. Grant 2 of your summons the attack. I'd prefer something else. Flesh Shield. Yeah, that sounds creepy. Grant an ally within 3 range. 1 shield. Or if I have earth. Ooh, my lights just came on. If I have earth, 2 shield. And 1 retaliate, or if I have dark, 2 retaliate. If retaliate doesn't have range written on it, that means it doesn't retaliate at range, right? Bottom half on the next source of damage, one of your summons negate the damage, but we take 2. That's actually useful. That would happen. And it lasts until I discard it. Okay, I think I'm down for a Flesh Shield. I think I would use both halves of this card. I'm looking for ways to kill things with shield, and retaliate is one way to do it. I'm looking for ways to be a bit tankier. I am looking for ways to keep a summon alive when it gets awkwardly placed. So all of these things do something. I'm also just looking for lower initiative cards for my Bone Shaper. 16 initiative is just lower than the other ones. Let's plan on that. I think I'm pretty good with these choices. I think I will go for air support for the ranged attack with Pierce for my Banner Spear, like I was saying. It definitely says like 79.8 degrees. If I really wanted, I could have like 7 shield in a turn. I wonder how much retaliate I can have in a turn. I wonder what happens if I like set that up and then I'm like, haha, I give you my person to attack. They have 7 shield and 18 retaliate, and then the enemies are like, okay, we roll heal ourselves. Like, what's the counterplay to that? Feels like a very, very significant and very feels bad type of variance. I also get 3 perks. After I have sleeved these up. Oh, nice. It actually fits. All right, so these are Verna's perks. I can replace a -1 card with a shield myself and redraw a card. I can add an attack for 1 and disarm card. I can add an attack for +2 and push card. I can add 2 +1 and redraw cards. I can start working on the once each scenario during your turn and gain 2 shield for the round card. When you open door with a move ability, you have 3 move. I don't know. They're all like fine, right? Like it's just all fine. I feel kind of like I need more damage. And I think out of all of this, the ones that deal the most damage are add 2 +1 and redraw cards, especially since I have a glancing potion. Glancing potion makes it so if I crit miss, I don't crit miss. Once per mission I can crit miss and it turns into a +0 instead of a crit miss. So I'm going to add 2 +1 and redraw cards. Like so. I think one of the reasons I like this so much is like this is the game I want to play. And I would like it if it were like on a computer. So that the computer did all the work for me. Like that would be fine. But usually I found that when a game like this is on a computer, so the computer can do all the work for you, it comes with a bunch of perplexing and frustrating like UI UX design decisions that actually just make it like regularly irritating to play the game. And so I think it's actually just more fun for me to have the game take a really long time to set up and everything. But at least like I get to choose that happens. I don't know. All right. That is Verna's full level up. Samuel's full level up. At the end of each scenario, we discard up to 2 loot cards, except a random item to draw that many new loot cards. Why would you want to discard a random item? I guess you might run out of random items to find. Replacing -1 with a +1, replacing 2 +0s with 2 push and redraw. Is push and redraw good? I don't have to redraw. A +3 card. +2 and immobilize. Whenever you long rest. I haven't been getting to long rest very much. I wonder what Sam's deck actually looks like right now. Let's take a look at it. This feels like it would help to inform the decision making. There are a lot of -1s. There are a lot of -1s. There are some Pierce and redraws. There are some Heal and redraws. There's so many -1s. I think when I look at this, what I am struck by is how valuable it feels like it would be to get some of these -1s out of the deck and replace them with +1s. But just like mathematically, I don't know that I can like convince myself to do that instead of adding a +3 card. Because +3 is more than the difference between -1 and +1. And then there are also more redraw cards. That's I guess the reason is that I can only draw the redraw cards if I don't draw other cards. And so removing a card lets me draw the redraw cards more often. But it looks like, okay, there are 2 push and redraw cards that exist. So maybe actually I want that. There are basically 6 negative cards in here. There are 5 -1s and a crit miss. The zeros are whatever. The positive cards, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. There are 12, 13 positive cards. So replacing those zeros with cards that redraw when drawn, like it does help me draw Heal Self for 1 or Pierce for 3. And I think I like hit hard enough with my melee attacks to be attacking creatures with shield who piercing is good against somewhat often. It's kind of weird though. Like last mission I was fighting against things with 4 shield. Sam only attacks for 4. So I'm not generally going to be attacking those with Sam, even though I have a card that lets me pierce 3 shield. Maybe... push. Maybe I'm underestimating how strong push is as well. There are definitely turns where push stops an enemy from attacking at all. And obviously there are traps, and my team doesn't have many ways to push things into traps. I think I'm going to go for push. We'll replace 2 +0s with 2 push 2 and redraw cards. It does kind of feel a little bit like I will struggle to deal enough damage, and this won't help. But you know what? That's okay. Is it? I don't know. Here they are. It does kind of feel like drawing a +3 damage instead of one of those would just always be better. I guess... Yeah, because even if you push them into a trap, like the trap deals 3 damage. Also, a lot of the enemies fly? Also, it's an unreliable push. I already checked the box. If you redraw into a critical miss, does the push still happen? No. If you critical miss, your attack just doesn't work. Right? Wait, is that right? Actually, I'm not sure. No, I'm not sure. How does that work? Does somebody who actually knows the rules want to answer that question? Okay. Last, we have Harper. The big, like the huge amount of text at the bottom says at the start of each scenario, you can summon a level 1 creature. Summon a level 1 summon before turn 1 starts. Which I think is fine, is just kind of weird because it does like reduce the number of turns before I have to rest the first time by 1. So yeah, it's probably good. I'm not sure. I get to choose whether it's a skeleton or a wraith. I could get a stamina potion, which would get me the extra turn before I have to rest. It doesn't matter, right? Like, if I go... I mean, it does matter, but... If I have 11 cards, I get 5 turns, and then I reclaim 10. I get 5 turns. Reclaim 9 is 4, 4, 3, 3, 2, 2. Sorry. Reclaim 9, reclaim 8, reclaim 7, reclaim 6, reclaim 5, reclaim 4, reclaim 3, reclaim 2. So if I have 11 cards, I get 10, 20, 30 turns, which is so much more than I need. If I have 11 cards and a stamina potion, I get to go 6 the first time, but then I just do 5, 4, 4, 4, 3, etc. So it just gives me one more turn. How real? It's not like... Yeah. Yeah, okay. It just gives me one more turn. Alright, what if I have 10 cards? I go 5, 4... Okay, so I just lose the 5 from the front, so 10 is 25. So 11 gives me 30 turns. 12 gives me 36 turns. 10 gives me 25 turns. 9 gives me... I lose a 5, so 20 turns. 8 gives me... I lose a 4, so 16 turns. So I can be using burn cards pretty aggressively, actually. And I think the value of the stamina potion is actually more about playing a good card twice. One time. Than it is about the fact it gives you one more turn. Although getting one more turn is like okay, probably. Crit miss is just times 0 damage and all other effects still apply. Okay. Alright, Harper has another perk checkmark. We could poison something. We could replace a -2 with +0. Is +1 and kill the attacking summon to instead add +4. Is that optional? Heal self for 3? Wait, heal self 3 times. Oh, that's kind of OP. Is it? I don't know. Feels kind of good. I think I might take 3 heal the Bone Shaper and redraw cards. That's quite a lot of healing, actually, with so many summons. Unless all of my summons are dead, in which case it's terrible. But also, replacing a +0 with a +1 and kill the attacking summon doesn't do anything if all my summons are dead as well. Alright, yeah, let's try 3. What about the +2 and channel an Earth or Dark? I use Dark so well, and I just took a card that likes both Earth and Dark. Oh, so many options. I have been using other people to heal my Bone Shaper, which has been going okay. But also my Bone Shaper has so many summons. Now, I'm gonna take the heal self. I think I'm gonna take 2 of these in a row. I don't think I read that before. I thought it was only 1 card that healed you instead of 3. You don't have to kill the summon if you don't want to. That's so many. It does make the deck very chunky. If you have advantage and you, sorry, if you have disadvantage and you roll a rolling card, do you use it? I don't even remember how that works. Just never have disadvantage, LOL. Easy game. Okay. Is there anything I can actually build? That feels like an important question. My peeps all have items, so it's no longer extremely important to go craft some stuff. Like everybody has every item slot full. I guess there are 2 potions actually that I could add still, but I don't have the resources to make potions anyway. Sam has a perk that lets him take another weapon into battle, but I haven't taken it yet. So that's not a thing yet. We leveled up. Yeah, now it's time to craft items. So let's just try to work out what we're building, and then we'll work backwards. If there's any resources left, we can think about crafting an item, but I think building something is more important to me. I'm at Prosperity 2. So there are 2 wall segments I could build. Actually, one of them requires less wood than the other. So actually, I could build a wall this turn. Oh, let's just build a wall then. I'm anticipating that walls are going to be relevant as winter hits. So Sam will spend 2 hides. Verna will spend all 3 wood. And Lyle. Lyle will spend 2 metal, and I'm building wall number 2, actually. Because I couldn't build wall number 1. Wall number 1 requires 4 wood. I need to spend 10 gold on this as well. It's +5 defense. Who spends 10 golds? Sam has 27. Maybe Sam does. +5 defense, baby! Huge. Okay. Does that give me prosperity or anything? Do I go get the wall item? I don't know how building a wall works. Yeah, it doesn't look like that does anything except put a sticker on the board and say +5 defense. That's cool though. That's what I was hoping it would do. That's the entire camp phase, I think. So now I'm going to start a mission. And the mission I'm going to start is this new random scenario I just got. Because there's a doggo. And I don't know. I want to find out what's up with the doggo. I have this brief window right now where I'm level 4. Like, my characters have leveled up, but the scenario difficulty hasn't leveled up. At 210 experience, which is in Harper. We'll get there first. When Harper hits 210 experience, which is in 49 experience, I'm going to level up the monsters again. Is that true? Is there a round down? Average character level divided by 2 rounded up. So we want our average character level to be 4. But once it's 4.25, the scenario difficulty goes up. Yeah. Scenario 112. To begin a scenario, we resolve a road event if necessary. Do I have to do a road event if I'm doing something in Frosthaven? I don't think I do. I don't think I get to. Road event 12. When doing a scenario that takes place within Frosthaven itself, there's no road event. Okay. Set up map tiles for the scenario. Cool. Off we go. Raised by Wolves. 15B, 7A, 14B. We have a room, and then a hallway, and another room. It's been a while since I had, like, a different layout of tiles. It's been the same thing over and over again as I fail the same mission repeatedly. Okay, cool. The tiles are out. Got a Frosthaven mission over the weekend, and without spoilers, we realized there was an interaction for the mission. You could infinitely loop to kill every monster in the room, and yourself, and the whole party too. What happens if you do that? I believe it counts as a loss. There are 8 enemies in this room. What the fuck? We need Burrowing Blades, Chaos Demons, Earth Demons, and Hounds. Oh, I bet the Hounds are on my team, actually. Burrowing Blade, Chaos Demon, Earth Demon, and Hound. Hey, it's the Earth Demons again. They have 21 health. Chaos Demon and Hound. Burrowing Blade, Chaos Demon. Hey, Supacus! Alright, got the enemies for the mission. Retrieval overlay tile. Set up the first room of the scenario. So we're starting in 15B. And we have 2 obstacles, and that's it. Here, here, and a door. Does anyone know what this door is meant to be? Why didn't they get art of a door? Like, what is that? I'm using the right tile. But what is it? I don't understand. Let's read the scenario entry. You stare at your ceiling in the dead of night, the tiny howls keeping you awake. Come on, Wolfie, you think to yourself, silently pleading with the tiny pup who remains unaffected by your misery. The wolf cub you found hasn't stopped since coming home, chewing on everything, running around nonstop, and howling at every sound. You know Wolfie is just as miserable as you are. You finally give in and take Wolfie for a walk outside. You wander through the streets of Frosthaven, watching Wolfie sniff around before moving to the next area, running to keep up. As you get to the border of the outpost, Wolfie bolts through a gap in a nearby wall. Concerned, you follow. The pup leads you into a nearby field where 2 adult wolves are waiting. Their body language suggests they are not friendly, and they move protectively in front of Wolfie and growl. Could they be the wolf cub's parents? You put your hands up reflectively and kneel, trying to make yourself non-threatening. Suddenly, Wolfie bolts out from behind both of the adult wolves toward you, leaping into your arms and licking your face. That seems to be enough to calm the larger ones down, and they walk up to you and sit. As you calm Wolfie, you notice both wolves are staring off into the distance, then looking at you, then gazing off again. It's as if they want you to follow them. You nod in motion for them to lead so you can help. All 3 wolves start walking in the same direction slowly, allowing you to keep pace. They lead you to a cave but stop outside. You peer inside the cave, and the largest wolf gives a quick bark in affirmation. You head in and find it crawling with large creatures made of stone and moss, and worm-like creatures with bladed appendages. This must be the wolves' home, now overrun with unwelcome guests. Time to clean house. Special rules: the two hounds have twice their maximum hit point values. They are allies to you and enemies to all other monster types. Any character can lose one card from their hand or two from their discard pile to negate one source of damage to a hound. If either hound dies, the scenario is lost. Okay. So we got to keep the hounds alive. We are indeed helping the doggos. I'll need some bases for them. Why isn't it getting colder? It's 9 p.m. It'll start getting colder soon, I guess. Oh no, I'm not tessellating correctly. I could get more hexagons out of this if I lined them up right next to each other. It's me, Twitch chat. I'm what's threatening the world's climate. I have not updated the Frosthaven dock recently, but on the other hand, I think all that's happened is I failed a mission with Algox repeatedly, so maybe that's okay. I guess everybody leveled up. That was a thing. All right. One colorless hexagon. Flavorless hexagon? Flavorless hexagon. Hey, Logium, how are you? Is this a Papercraft ASMR stream now? Sometimes. The nice thing about board games is they are a bit tactile. All right, I have a couple of generic ally bases here. Although I would never call the wolves generic. They're very good dogs, Twitch chat. I picked number 3, which is going to be the elite. And number 6, which will be a regular hound. The scenario reads as like a fantasy of someone who really likes dogs, which, like, that's fine. I'm down. Works for me. The doggies, they're smart enough to talk to us, and they need our help. It's an extremely dog person scenario. I don't know where I put the hound card. What do I need? I need Chaos Demons, Borrowing Blades, Earth Demons, and somewhere in here are hounds, but I didn't put them back in alphabetical order for some reason. I don't know. I have no ability to defend myself. Did I put them back at all? Where are they? Huh. One week ago, someone watched me putting the hound card away and thought to themselves, he put it in a weird spot. He won't be able to find that again. The fool. But you didn't tell me because you didn't want a backseat. It is now your moment. Sure, where could I possibly have put it? What? There isn't anywhere for it to go. It is fascinating which things disappear and how they disappear while I play this game. It just like makes no sense to me. All right, Chaos Demons. Chaos Demons have between 14 and 21 health. They attack for 4 or 6 and confuse us, giving us disadvantage on our attacks. Earth Demons, we've been fighting a bit. They have 15 or 21 health. They attack us for a bit less. They're a bit less scary than Chaos Demons, just on raw stats, it looks like. They attack for 4 or 5, and the elites immobilize us. Have I checked in the box? I don't put anything in the box. Everything's out, organized in different ways. Maybe someone didn't want the dogs to die anymore and like snuck into my house and stole the hound card. Let's do a little tidy up. Probably time for a tidy up. I have my 3 rule books. I have a sheet of note paper and some other paper and some other paper. I legitimately have like 6 different things to write on. That's most of the clutter here. I have the campaign sheet. I have these little dials that you're meant to use to track hit points, which I've never used or even considered using, to be honest. Oh, wow. I found the puzzle book. I'm glad I checked under the keyboard. That could have taken a while to find when I actually needed it. The first puzzle would have been finding the puzzle book. Found another blue base. Yay! I don't know. I don't know when the Hound card is. It could show up. It'll probably show up. There are certainly lots of like piles of things it could have somehow gotten into. I just can't understand how it would have. What a fun puzzle. Yeah, I have no idea. It isn't necessary to have, fortunately. All I need to know is what a level 4 Hound's stats are, which that's like public information online. So somebody could look up what a level 4 Hound is in Frosthaven and just type it in chat. It has some sort of health, some sort of move, some sort of attack, and maybe it applies some sort of status effect. What's the... I can't really click into a browser with my setup. What's the actual numbers on that, Joe? You found Gloomhaven a bit fiddly. Is Frosthaven better about the bits? I am glad I never have to put it away. It is just on this table all the time. I have a table where if I wanted to, I could put the wooden leaves on top of this and use it as a regular dining room table, but honestly, I have just been using it for Frosthaven for the last couple of weeks. Which has been fine for me. This is my first time fighting Borrowing Blades and Chaos Demons. Borrowing Blades have 3 shield. We have a perfect opportunity for our new piercing attack for Banner Spear. I am, at this point, very familiar with Earth Demons. I just spent like a week dying to them repeatedly. They're so slow. Their fastest initiative is 40. No retaliate on any of the enemies in the mission. That's nice. I guess that makes sense for a mission where I'm trying to keep alive allies. it's worth the fiddling. That's my opinion. Is calling something fiddly? That is a direct reference to the instrument fiddle, right? It's like fiddle parts in music are like kind of full of ornamentalization and frills and stuff. 9/11 HP. Oh no. 4/5 move, 3/4 attack, fist symbol 1/2. Okay. They only have 9/11 HP. Those are level 4 stat lines? Yeesh. Okay. 9, 11, 4, 5, 3, 4. 1 retaliate, 2 retaliate. In this particular scenario, my wolves have base HP times 2. So the non-elite, which I said was number 6. Wait, I need to like use different color bases for them to make it clear who the non-elite and elite are. What I'll do is I will put I will write elite on it. Which one? This one. Not sure you'll be able to see that. Try to remind you as we go. All right, so 18 health. How many red dice do I have? 3, 6, 9, 12. 18. Need 3 dice for my people. Yeah, I have these, I think. For number 3, which is the elite, there's 22. For number 6, which is the regular, there's 18 health. I already feel invincible. I have 2 hounds with me. They're going to help. The scenario goal is just to kill all of the enemies. There's no bullshit about having to kill like 17 altars at the end and they all have 300 health. Seems like a good time. The Borrowing Blades have 2 tunneling slices. Focus on the farthest enemy away. Move and attack. Deal 2 damage to all enemies occupying or adjacent to hexes entered during the move ability. What? That's such a weird attack. So they focus on the enemy farthest away and then they move. They move 3 or 4. So they move quite a long way. They don't fly. And they hit all enemies occupying or adjacent to hexes entered during the move ability. But if they can't move next to their focus, they just won't move. So if I like have someone who's surrounded by things such that there's no tile to attack them from, that absolutely bricks that ability. And there's 2 of that ability. All adjacent enemies suffer 2 damage, and they become invisible. Okay. Oh, but that icon on the move is a jump. So they move while jumping. So they would jump over. Okay, so this one moves, and then... interesting. They're like jumping, but actually they're going under tunnels, huh? And it attacks 2 targets for 1 less attack than usual. These apply wounds. They also make a lot of earth element. Explosive Ascent. Colonies within 2 range suffer 2 damage. They seem to deal 2 a lot. Like a lot of dealing 2. That means my Wraith probably isn't tenable here. Probably my Wraith doesn't get to play. Focus on enemy farthest away. Move, and then we curse everything. We curse and confuse everything within 2. Holy shit. Okay. Rocky Thrust, move, and attack. And with Earth, we attack for more. Crushing Blow. Big attack with no move. And with Earth, it's an even bigger attack. So those are interesting enemies. Like, in general, they run into your backline and then AoE everything. And they have 3 shield, and they apply wound. So they do require, like, thought to counter them. My immediate thought when reading all of that was it sounds like summons are going to really struggle against those. My skeletons have 3 health, so will generally survive one of their hits, though. Maybe the skeletons are okay, but the Wraith is not. Wait, the Wraith has 2 shield. Oh, but the way they deal damage goes through shields. Actually, Tunneling Slices attacks regularly. Okay. I want to kill these pretty quick. Because their friends are just big tanks. These have 9 health and do all sorts of weird shit. Their friends have 21 health and just kind of walk at you and attack once. So, yeah, I want to kill these first. And then the Chaos Demons we haven't met yet. I don't think they are in this room. Hey, Crescent Method! Congrats on being caught up. That's pretty cool. The level up was fun. Anyway, you were in the VOD, I guess. Alright. Chaos Demons, who I have not fought before. They are not as slow as the Earth Demons. They have Chilling Breath, which is a little 2 hex attack. And if they consume Frost, they get Retaliate until the end of turn. They have Heat Blast, which goes at initiative 1. Jeez. Okay. Moves and attacks at range. If it consumes fire, it wounds. They have Seismic Punch, which hits and pushes, and with Earth it becomes an AoE attack. They have Whirlwind, which hits a triangle at 2 range, and if they have Wind, they get 2 shield. They have White Claws, which attacks with advantage, and moves and attacks with advantage, and if they have Sun or whatever that is, they heal themselves for 4. They have Black Tendrils, which moves less, attacks more, and with Dark, they become invisible. Oh! Arcane Explosion channels every element. That's really fun. And then Hungry Maw consumes... I don't remember what that icon means. I have it written here. Bane. Suffer 10 damage at the end of next turn, then remove. Also remove when healed. Okay. Alright. Consume any element to bane someone. So we want to have access to healing. That's like kind of always the case, but also in this case, we would like to have access to healing so Bane won't hit us for 10. My first time seeing Bane. Nobody cared who I was until I put on the mask. When will Bane be in a Batman movie again? Do you think that'll happen in my lifetime? They make all these movies with like the Joker and shit. I don't give a fuck about the Joker. Bring back Bane. All right. What levels did I hit? 4, 4, 4, and 3. Deathwalker is still at level 3. All right. We have 3 of these. I'm going to make them, I think, orange. Makes sense. 1 elite and 2 regular. And we have 3 earth elementals. Make these red, because that's what I was making them last time. And also Chaos Demon as purple kind of makes sense to me. Purple's the like weird caster color. Two elites and 1 regular. All right. Need to deal also have some battle goals and then like decide what cards we're using and then we can actually play the game. I mean, this has been playing the game. This might be the most fun part of the game even. Bane plays a fantastic role in the oddly great Harley Quinn adult animated series. The actor even does a Tom Hardy impression if you remember correctly. Cool. I don't know who Tom Hardy is, but excellent. Who's Tom Hardy? We got Lyle. We got Harper. We got Sam. And Verna. Sam and Verna now start with 16 hit points each. Harper has 9, as does Lyle. Played the villain in Star Trek Nemesis. Yeah, I haven't seen that. I'm not a real nerd. I just pretend to be. I'm not a like comic book / sci-fi media nerd, I guess is that what a geek is actually? Maybe I'm not a geek. Maybe that's the thing I'm not. I feel like nerd is like very normalized, but geek is still not quite as mainstream. Just like the words more than the behaviors. Feels like the advent of computer jobs has made the idea of someone being a nerd like just kind of ridiculous. Everybody's a nerd now. Battle goals. We deal 3 and pick 1. For Verna, we pick between Perfectionist and the scenario with max HP. Don't know if that's doable or not, Aesthetic. Collect fewer loot tokens than any other character. That one's like always doable. Vanguard. Never attack an enemy that has already acted in the round. Okay. I think we'll just collect fewer loot than everybody else. That seems safe. Basically, that means everybody else has to collect one loot token. That's like what is actually challenging about that ability. It's not hard to not collect loot yourself. Sam. Pincushion. Be targeted by attacks from 3 or more enemies in the same round. Probably pretty good at that. Daredevil. Add 2 cards to your lost pile before your first rest. Nope. Mugger. Kill an enemy and loot the loot token it drops in the same round. I'm pretty certain that Pincushion's doable. It might not happen. That's okay. It's just one perk token, perk checkmark thing. He's in the Venom movies. Also, Bronson in the movie Bronson, Bane in the Christopher Nolan Batman, and Eames in Inception. Oh, Tom Hardy is the actor for Bane in Batman. Is that what you're saying? Harper has Dawdler, which would result in Harper basically going last every round. Shurker, kill an enemy not adjacent to you while you are adjacent to another enemy. My summons count. So the question would be, am I going to be adjacent to enemies? Because my summons will probably kill something. Kill an enemy before it takes its first turn. Okay, I don't think Harper can do that one. I think the most likely is Shurker. Kill an enemy not adjacent to you while you are adjacent to another enemy. It will be kind of weird to achieve that, though, because I don't know that Harper's, like, going to easily find herself next to other enemies. For Lyle, kill an enemy while 3 or more elements are strong or waning. It seems like it's possible here. Have 3 or fewer total cards in your hand and discard pile while also not exhausted at the end of the scenario. Also possible. Never collect a loot token from end of turn looting. We'll go for, I'm gonna go for 3 total cards at end of scenario. I think that is, you know, it's kind of like harder because of the wolves, actually. The wolves are gonna drive the action a little bit. But it feels possible. You thought I was doing a bit. Nope. Unless it is Jessica Alba or Harrison Ford or Natalie Portman or Christian Bale or Morgan Freeman or Jennifer Lawrence. Or Tom Cruise. Or Jennifer Aniston. Yeah, I mean, I probably know other actors' names other than that, but, like, I really don't know many. Here are all the initiative tokens for the turns. All right, let's work out our decks. I think that probably Verna's is easiest. Can I start in 3 range of them? No. Do they, like, always move? Usually. Alright, so we're definitely going with air support. Verna gets 10 cards. Correct? I think so. Definitely going with air support. Yeah, 10 cards. Which means if I use... I just did the math on this. If I use a banner in first cycle, I go 5, 4, 4, 3, 3, 2, 2, 1, 1. Which is 25 turns? That's super doable. Okay. But yeah, air support is my new thing. It has 4 damage and pierce 2 against enemies with 3 shield. That'll be real nice. I'm also going to summon Charles Reinforcement, I think. Charles Reinforcement tends to do well. What other ways are there for me to deal damage? Like, actually. Okay, so there's Tip of the Spear. That has 3 pierce. That's like a very good card here. There's Pinning Charge. Pinning Charge deals extra damage for allies adjacent to targets. So if we surround something that has shield, we can kill it. I am out of ways to kill shielded enemies with Ferna. Shield seems like a problem. Like, I don't know. I don't know about this. There are no ranged attacks this mission, I don't think, so deflecting maneuver feels worse. But it might still make the cut so I can, like, stand in front of... There are some ranged attacks. Are there any ranged attacks? There might actually not be any ranged attacks. Okay, anyway, the top half of the card is probably still worth having. There's also set for the charge. So I can use the top half of set for the charge in some turns, and in other turns, the bottom half of it letting me move for feels like it's good enough. So I think I am down for set for the charge. In order to kill the like 21 health things that don't have any shield, I think Incendiary Throw to apply AoE wounds is pretty good. That'll pretty regularly deal like 5 damage. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven. I need 3 more cards. I think the cards which give allies move are pretty good. I think I'm gonna go regroup. Said I wanted some healing. Yeah, I don't know. It's just kind of fine, and the bottom half of the card is going to be usable. And then I would like combined effort so I can move my banner as well, and then a banner. Banner of Strength. It has 4 health. Will I be able to keep it alive? I don't know. I don't know. I might not summon it straight away. You're gonna Google how to play the game, and then you'll BRB. It's like XCOM Long War plus Slay the Spire. It's really good. Really good. Okay. Sam. So Sam now has Chunk of Flesh, which is a way to just melee attack for 4, basically, because I have ways to buff my melee attacks. I also have Sustained Momentum, another way to attack for 4. Then Crushing Weight. This is why my melee attack will attack for 4. I also would like to have Shockwave. Shockwave will also make my attacks hit harder. I think I'm down for Relentless. Bottom half of Relentless, next 6 attacks targeting you performed by enemies within 2 range we get to retaliate against. That seems pretty reasonable to me. Now what? I have 1 attack in here that has Pierce, Fortitude. I'm going to want that. I think I'm down for Draining Arrows bottom half. If you're adjacent to exactly 1 enemy, move the character token on one of your persistent abilities back for 1 slot, and the top half of it can be useful. AoE Confuse. Not AoE, multi-target, but like same thing. Multi-target within 2 ranges, basically AoE. I think also Precision Aim. Again, this is just for the bottom half of the card, basically, so that I can get more big attacks going. I think I like Prudent Preparation for some shield and retaliate. I'm probably going to try to stack Retaliate, like, pretty hard in order to get through the Borrowers. The problem is, they try to run past you. They're very hard to retaliate against because their AI, like half of their moves or something, run to the farthest enemy. So it's like a 50-50 whether your retaliate works or not. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 3 more cards. I think having Bloodletting, this card's just good. The bottom half of the card being an attack, a melee attack, is really nice in some situations. I think having Vile Assault card also very good. Bottom half being a move and heal is consistently useful. I think finally I'm gonna go with Continuous Health. So I can use the bottom half of this. It's good sustain. I can also use the top half of it. It's like fine. Good? No, not really, but like fine. It is a sometimes better than basic action. Top half of card as well. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 2. Yeah, the digital version of Gloomhaven is not terrible. I think there are some UI UX decisions which are very, very frustrating, but it is faithful to Gloomhaven. Could have been better. So Harper, I said I didn't want my Wraith on, probably. This isn't optional. It's just the next time one of your summons takes damage, negate the damage. So that's unfortunate. But I'll probably use like Flesh Shield. Anyway. I kind of want to just give Sam 4 shield and walk him at them and see what happens. I imagine what happens is like it works pretty well. Nothing in this room goes faster than 37, so I get the first turn easily. Feels fine to me. Digital version of Gloomhaven is also the cheapest way to play the game outside of Tabletop Simulator, sure. Okay, we do want skeletons, I think. So I'm notably not going to play Angry Spirits, which is, it's been a card that is often very, very good because I have a banner that makes summons deal 1 more damage. Well, it makes everyone deal 1 more damage. And so its attack for 1 is like twice as useful from that. And when I get poison, it becomes an attack for 3 instead of an attack for 1. It's like, yeah. But the problem is if I can't keep it alive, the card's just gone forever. I think bottom half of Exploding Corpse is good enough against shielded enemies who deploy next to each other to bring some more skeletons. This gives in a summon and attack with Pierce. Should probably bring that. Their summon. I wonder whose job it is to poison things on this mission. I should probably bring stuff that consumes earth because there's so much earth being created. The Borrowing Blades and the Earth Demons both make earth. So like Transfer Essence, doing extra with earth element seems really good. I guess Wrath of the Turned Earth as well. Does extra with earth. I'm down for Flow of the Black River. Heals me if I need it. Also gets a summon in position to do something. 3, 4, 5. Should have 1 more card. Let's go Bone Dagger. Bone Dagger lets me resummon something. If an enemy has died this round, or if I successfully target an enemy which later dies that round, I should say, lets me resummon something from my discard pile. So it could be a summon that got summoned earlier. It could also just be a card that can summon that I played earlier for the other mode. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. That's only 11? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. How does that work? How can that be 11? You're level 4. So there are 3 X cards, and then there are 3 cards I've taken from level up, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But you get 12 cards. And down a card on you? Wait. Did I take a card on level up? I did. Oh, the Wraith is here. Okay, that's why I was confused. In that case, I get another card. I'm going to try out Dark Tidings. It's largely just move 4. I've just found that Harper sometimes struggles to move. The top half of it could matter. I think if the top half of it matters, I'm in very good shape. I think it's mostly just move 4. The top half of it gives 3 of my summons attacks. Like, I would have to have 3 summons alive for that to do anything. Okay. Lyle. So the Deathwalker is largely about Call to the Abyss. Call to the Abyss. I had been playing the bottom half of this just to get some shadows down reliably, but I am starting to come around to the idea that I should be playing the top half of it and making that work. The problem is it is not trivial to make the top half of it work. I get a shadow every time an enemy dies, but only if I first targeted it with an attack. It's kind of hard for me to attack things. I mean, it's not that hard, but a little bit hard. Let's go Anger of the Dead because it has Pierce. I think I'm also going to grab Eclipse. Just trying to like think. Say like burn Eclipse first. How do I not exhaust with this character? Because I only start with 11 cards and I have 2 cards I want to exhaust like straight away. I think it's okay to exhaust 1, but kind of iffy to exhaust 2. Maybe I do buy a Wraith. Build a Wraith. Summon a Wraith. Let's summon a Wraith, actually. I'm getting rid of Dark Tidings and adding a Wraith back. Because Harper starts with 12 cards. That's so many cards. It's actually not the end of the world if I summon a Wraith and it dies. And if I summon a Wraith and it lives, it's just very good for the entire scenario. Okay. Fluid Knight has tended to be pretty good. What's my new card that's really good here? Restless Spirits. So we move a shadow up to 4 hexes. If the move shadow is in the same hex as an enemy, that enemy suffers 3 damage. Remove the shadow and gain an experience. So this is a like reliable way to deal 3 damage that goes through shield, which seems relevant on this mission because there are a bunch of enemies with like 7 or 9 health and 3 shield. And then I want some way to target enemies before that so I can here grab Black Barrage. This is just a way to target an enemy reliably. Maybe also Shadow Step, which is a big move. And that's nice, but also it's a way to move and attack something. Did anyone else get an immaculate Bob Ross vibe from me narrating my Gloomhaven play? That's kind of what I'm aiming for. We're just chilling out. We're just here to have a good time. I will go Strength of the Abyss, which deals some damage. I will go Deepening Despair, which deals some damage. And I will go Lingering Rot, which poisons things. I think that's okay. I don't know. It's like fine. It's like okay. I feel like my Deathwalker is just very awkward. Like all of my decision making basically has been about how to ensure that the things with shields die. I have thought exactly 0 about how to kill things with 21 health and no shield. I assume they'll just die on their own. I don't know. Just the base cards should do it, right? I think it'll be good. I think I'm actually ready to start now. And time for turn 1, I believe. We did battle goals, we set up. Alright. I guess my characters could be on the map. Should I show the characters as I place them on the map? Harper? Here's Harper. With her bone knife. Super hype hair. We got Sam, who just kind of like runs at them and hits them for 4. That's Sam's job. A good job on the hair there, thank you. Got kind of spicy with it. Draws the Line goes on sale for 20 bucks. Shit. This is Verna. Verna makes banners. That's what Verna does. I guess the other part of Verna's name is Spear. Verna makes banners and also throws a spear. 2 things, I suppose. All right. Turn 1. So my thought was, like, put Sam where they can all attack Sam. There are 3 attacks they make that focus on the farthest enemy, and there are 4 that focus on a closer one. I don't know if it's good to, like, put all my eggs in one basket here, you know? Basically, as long as I don't pick my slowest cards, I will go before the enemies do. Here, I guess Combined Effort lets me grant 2 allies within 2 range a move of 2. That feels like I can put Sam wherever the borrowers will attack Sam, basically. And I do have a top half of a card if I would like. Maybe just Incendiary Throw? Sure. Let's just go Incendiary Throw. Apply some wounds to these massive earth demons. Start getting them bleeding. Speaking of which, I think I want skeletons down here. Because I want the skeletons to go after the earth demons, and there are more earth demons on the bottom than the top. Alright, so that is a turn for Verna. For Sam, I wanted to use the top half of Prudent Preparation, which gives me a shield and retaliate, and the bottom half of Relentless, which gives me 2 retaliate on the next 6 attacks. I might get attacked 6 times this turn. That would be weird. Weird, but possible. Harper's kind of the only character I could consider going slow with. Don't think it's right. So I wanted to use my new card with Harper, the Flesh Shield. When I give Sam more retaliate and shield. And then with the bottom half of a card, there are not a lot of sensible choices, to be honest. When the next enemy dies this round, all allies and enemies adjacent to the hex which died suffer 2 damage. Is an enemy gonna die this round? I don't think so. Next round, that'll be good though. So I think I'm gonna use the bottom half of one of my summon cards so that I have a summon card in my discard pile. And out of all of them, I think the one that moves here. I would never use the bottom half of this. So we can turn that into a skeleton summon. This turn, or this round at least. I wouldn't never use the bottom half of that, I just am not going to on the first cycle through the deck. We're moving at 16. And I want to have an extra dark. Or I want to channel dark before then. So that is Lyle's job. Channel dark somehow. But do it quickly. How? Eclipse channels dark. I'm going at 16. Alright, let's just play Eclipse. I'm gonna go here. So Eclipse will make 3 shadows for us straight away, and then I need a low initiative card just so I can move. And I suppose Anger of the Dead is okay to use here. Verna has a bird for real now. It's true. All right. So I have a turn. I feel like it's pretty sweet. We're gonna go Sam, Lyle, Harper, and then Verna. And Verna gets to move and move 2 allies when she moves. So Verna will be able to basically organize the team such that the Borrowing Blades hit the things I want them to hit. That's the idea. Now I get to see what the enemies actually do. Like first, let's roll for the Borrowing Blades. They've rolled a 2. So they're going to be going at 53 initiative. They will be moving 3 or 4 with jump. And then they will be attacking 2 targets. Sounds like it's really easy for Sam to get hit by all of those. And Sam's going to have 4 retaliate. So that seems perfect. All right, nice. Oh fuck, there's a wolf. I can make the wolf move. I can move Verna forward and make the wolf move back and then make Sam move forward. Okay, okay, it's fine. What about the Earth Demons? 2. Hasty Assault. At 42 initiative, they will be moving and attacking for a little bit less than they would usually attack for. So Chaos Demon, or Earth Demon rather, goes after Verna, and then Burrowing Blade goes last in the turn. They're very slow enemies in this room. Their default attack is for like 4 or something? Oh. Alright. Okay. So, shall we begin? Sam is going to play the top half of Prudent Preparation to get a shield and to retaliate, and the bottom half of Relentless to retaliate for 2 against the next 6 attacks against him. Oh, I have to roll for the wolves. I'm sorry. One more thing. 6. They're doing nothing special at 26. They will move and attack. Wait. That's between me and the enemies. I think it's fine. I think it's fine. Okay. That is between me and the enemies, though, so, like, a little iffy. I'm getting a lot of work out of Verna's move card this turn. Like, a lot of work. I told of the wholesome sex bots in YouTube comments. You saw one on a recent video of mine, and you understand that they are nicer than most commenters. Yep. Yeah. They're just kind of nice. They just say kind things. I don't know. Well, what else is there to say? Okay. Okay. Sam's gone. Lyle. Lyle is going to... So Sam's going to be... Boom, 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 boom. Sam needs to be here, I think. Boom, boom. These attack the wolves. But this goes here, here. There's one there. So this one goes, wait, there? There, 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 there. Sam's standing here. This obstacle is actually, like, relevantly in the way. Oh, I can just walk through. Okay, okay, yeah. Sam will get hit by 4. So that completes pincushion on turn 1. That's kind of nice. Alright. Sam's also going to... What was the elite? 22. I'm gonna give 1 shield to wolf number 6. No, 3. Number 3. Okay, that's Sam. So now I'm trying to work out where these shadows go. It feels like it isn't super unreasonable. I guess I kind of want them near the door so I can use them in the next room. Okay, so I'm gonna move here, and then we're placing shadows. We're placing 3 shadows within 3 range of us using the top half of Eclipse. This card goes in our discard for the move. And yeah, I would like to use these in the next room. So placing them by the door so I can move into the next room with them makes sense to me. Zephyr, please don't make the noise at me. I think this one goes here, though, so I can hit the enemy that's there with it next turn. Zephyr, hello. Hi, what's up? Hi. No problem. Zephyr is having a little fly. Oh, Zephyr? You want to play the game? The Crescent Method. All right. Harper. So when Lyle used Eclipse, we channeled Dark. What do you think? Could you play the game, Zephyr? Too confusing? It's not that confusing. Is it? No, I don't think so. Oh! Good cat. Oh my god, he's fat. I am granting my friend Sam another shield and 2 more retaliate. So Sam's now retaliating for 5? Okay, yep. And we will move to... I think to here is okay. That's fine. With the bottom half of Life and Death, which goes in the discard. And then Verna has the final turn. Oh no, that's not a place I can move Harper. Move here instead. The bottom half of this card does an awful lot here. We are moving 2 and then granting 2 allies within 2 range moves of 2. So Sam's going to move here, which is crucial because now all of the enemies are going to attack Sam. Except for the ones that are attacking Harper. Oh no, that's fine. That's fine because they can move through each other. I forgot. Okay. I mean, not literally all of them. Some of them will attack the hounds, but that's okay. I'm then going to also... This hound currently wants to go there and attack this, which completely ruins my entire turn. I'm going to move it over here, so it will instead go attack these. And instead of ruining my entire turn, my turn works nicely. Also, it has a shield, so that's cool too. I still have another move with Verna. I'm going to Incendiary Throw. I'm going to target the Elite Earth Demon with this. As long as it suffers damage, it's only attacked for 1. It will be wounded, and the Earth Demon next to it will also be wounded. I'm going to use Spyglass on this. Spyglass gives me advantage, so I will roll twice from the deck. I don't think I've shuffled yet, so let's shuffle. Zephyr could learn to play Sam if he put the effort in. I don't know if Zephyr has ever put effort into anything other than getting fed. Maybe if playing Sam got him fed. That would work. That feels kind of plausible. All right, first go. That is a curse that shouldn't be in this deck. Okay? Nothing in this mission curses me, so if I roll curses, it's just because I forgot to take them out of the deck last time. I've healed myself for 1. I have healed myself for another 1. I have crit. And then I do roll the other one, but yes. I've healed myself for 2, which is obviously irrelevant, and I have crit, which deals +1 damage. So I have successfully dealt 2 to the Earth Demon, which is now on 19. And it and its friend are both wounded. This is Earth Demon 1, and its friend is Earth Demon 6. Wound deals 1 damage at the start of each turn. Or at the start of each of their turns. Cool. I'm going to say Verna tentatively MVP that turn. Oh, did I remember to use the Protective Scepter on Harper? I did not. Harper is using Protective Scepter on Sam as well. So Sam has 3 shield and has... Sorry, how much? 4, 5, 5 retaliate. It's kind of messed up. Okay. Now the wolves go. So first this elite wolf goes. It's going to target the Earth Demon. It's going to attack for... Oh, I need the ally deck. I haven't used the ally deck in a while. Where is the ally deck? No Ascenders, Bane. That would be an interesting way to do difficulty, like make the modifier dex a little bit. Oh, imagine Frosthaven Ascension system. Oh! I finish my first campaign, and then I start the next one on Ascension 1. First campaign, 600 hours down. Second campaign, slightly harder. This is the first time I'm using the ally deck for allies. No, I think it's used in like... I don't know. It's used pretty early. It might be, actually. The sleeves are very, very new. They're so slidey. Anyway. Okay, the wolf attacks the earth demon, hits for +1. So it has base attack of 4, so that hits for 5. And the next wolf walks up and does the same. This one's only attacking for 3, -1 is 2. Came up in scenario 2, but the ally died. Yeah, I was gonna, like, that's what was on my mind, but then I was like, wait a second. They didn't actually attack, did they? And then the city guards didn't use a deck. No, in the, well, they're not allied. The punchy boss fight where the bosses fought each other, one of them was using the ally deck, but it wasn't actually my ally, I guess. So yes, I think this is actually the first time I'm using an ally deck for an actual ally. All right, wolves are done. Earth demons go now. 1 wound tick for this one. 1 wound tick for the other one, which started at 15 and is now at 14. The elite earth demon is going to attack my 22 health elite hound. It's for -1. Starts at 5 and immobilize. So that hits for 4 -1 because I have the shield. So 3. And you're immobilized, which is probably fine. You'll probably just stand still and hit that earth demon again next turn. Oh, the earth demon gets retaliated against for 2. It's down to 8 already. Yeah, so when I said I thought they would probably just die to something random, I guess I was right. They are just dying to something random. The next thing moves up here and attacks the same hound. This one has a base attack of 4 only, so it hits for 4, -1 shield, hits for 3, takes 2 retaliate damage. It also takes a damage from the wound. So it already did that? I guess it already did that. It's at 12. Or at 8 and 12. Oh, and this one. This one actually goes first. This goes here and attacks Sam. Base attack is for 5. It's a crit. Well, that's interesting. Crit goes before shield. That's not great. So it's an attack for 10, and I have 3 shield. I guess I'll use crude chain armor, and altogether that brings it down to an attack for 5. Also gonna use... Do I want to use reinforced shield to block immobilize? There's no other real, like... There's no other status I'm really blocking here, so I guess I will. Oh wait, it gets retaliated against by Sam. Sam retaliates for 5 this turn. It's kind of unreal. So it's at 16. So it hit me for 5, and I hit it for 5, actually. And we start progressing relentless. We get an experience for it progressing past the first tick of the progress bar. Okay. Monster deck will need to be reshuffled. Next, the Borrowing Blades. They move with jump. This one wants to attack Sam and will. It will... Oh, it wants to attack 2 targets, actually, if it can. So I guess it actually goes here. And then I can decide which 2 targets it attacks. It has to attack Sam. I can decide which the other target is. So... I don't know. Not a clue. I think it can attack Sam first, and then I can decide. Let's have it attack Sam. It's for -1. So its base attack was 5, -1 is 4, -3 from shield. It hits Sam for 1. Sam's down to 10 now. I forgot to take the 5 away earlier. Then it gets retaliated against for 5. So it is now on 4. Is number 5. I think I'll just have it attack the wolf. I don't know. If the wolf dies, I lose the mission. But I can, like, give the wolf regeneration, I think. I took regeneration, right? I did. Yeah. Yeah, I'll just have it attack the wolf. The wolf has shield. So it's attacking for 5 base, -1 from shield, -1 from the modifier card. So it hits for 3. The wolf is down to 13. And is wounded. Alright, next up, number 1. It wants to attack Sam, but it also wants to attack as many targets as possible, so we'll go here. First attack is on Sam. This one only hits for 3 base, so Sam has 3 shield. Sam will take 1. Sam will again retaliate for 5. This is another experience for the retaliate card progressing. It's at 2 health. And then I'll also, I think, just let it attack Verna? Probably. Verna has a lot of health. Seems fine. Yeah, you can attack Verna. -2 on that attack. So it hits for 1 and applies wound. And then the last one also wants to hit Sam. This one can only attack 1 target, so it just walks up and hits Sam. It's attacking for 3. Sam has 3 shield. It hits for 0, and it takes 5 retaliate. It's on 2. All right. That was not bad at all. So yeah, I can like put one of those turns together every now and then, but I cannot always do it. I got 1 experience for Harper's Flesh Shield as well, because it consumed the dark element. Relentless stays in play. We shuffle a couple of decks, and then it's next turn. Is there audio? Sometimes. But also sometimes not as much if I'm not talking. It was like the birds against bronze scales? A little bit. I suddenly respect Retaliate a whole lot more than I did before that turn. That was like a lot of Retaliate. Oh, also Sam completes Pincushion. How should I signify that something is complete? Like, I'm gonna put loot on it. I think that's fine. Be targeted by attacks from 3 or more enemies in 1 round. Done. Now it feels kind of safe to summon the Wraith. Because, like, they're all dead already, right? Turn over the card. I do that when I've failed them. It is a good idea, but I do that when I've failed them, so. It already means something else for me. Okay. The only thing I'm a little bit concerned about is my hounds are kind of out of position against a lot of earth demons. But earth demons go very slowly. I should be able to kill like a lot of enemies before the enemies get a turn here. All right. Let me run to the bathroom, and then it's actually we have only just reached turn 2. That was the most damage I've ever done round 1 by like I don't know, probably like more than 20. Anyway, I'll be